Good morning. It's a beautiful morning here in Lamorna Cove, and it's 9:30 on Wednesday the 12th of December, and it's very nice to have the sun, which is slightly to my right, sort of bearing down. It's coming up from the east obviously and moving around, and I'll be walking in an easterly direction, so towards Penzance. Now this is the third time I've been here to this quaint little sleepy cove. When I arrived here on Monday evening, it was absolutely pitch black. Now, do you remember a lady called Julie who lives in New Zealand came to my rescue and took me all the way back to Land's End so I could pick up my van and drive it back to my campsite at Elsevier, which is just south of St Ives. And from there I got stuck into some editing, but I was really tired, which is hardly surprising actually, because my day started, I was up at 6, drove over to Penzance by 7, then I drove out to Land's End and then walked back to here. It was a 16 miles walk. It took me by surprise actually, and it was far more difficult than I anticipated. The early stages weren't too bad, but the later stages were very hard work. There was one beach that I had to walk across with massive boulders, about 250 yards maybe, and that did for me, to be honest with you. It was a really long, slow struggle, took ages, and I slightly strained my groin crossing that area. It was dangerous, I hated it. But I got across and made it to here. I came back yesterday as well to carry on, but my groin was very sore, and the weather was miserable. It was cold, very cloudy, very windy, and I did make a start on doing the filming and walked up the first hill, which I'm going to do in a few minutes. And I thought, no, this is wrong, I'm going to do myself an injury. And so I went back into Penzance, parked up on Tesco's car park all day and fell asleep. And that seems to have sorted out my groin a little bit, but it's still a little bit tender this morning. I've just got off the bus and walked to here, and it must be about a mile and a half, and it feels a little bit uncomfortable, so I'm just going to be taking it quite easy today. It doesn't matter how far I get today. I'm hoping to get all the way back to Tesco's at Penzance, but we'll just see what happens. There's some wonderful scenery along the way. I saw it as I came up on the bus, and some lovely places to go to: Mousehole, Newlyn, and then into Penzance. I think it's going to be a rare treat with the scenes that I'm going to be seeing, and less of the rocky terrain, and I'm very, very impressed with Penzance from what I've seen of it. And I want to get this job done today because the weather forecast for tomorrow and the day after is torrential rain, so I'm going to get 2 days off to rest up, whether I like it or not. So here we go. Well, this is Rory, and it's around about 10 o'clock now, and I'm heading my way towards Penzance. And so where are you going, Rory?
To Porthcurno today, but then on round to Porth over the next few days.
Wow, Porth, that's a nice place. I was well impressed with Porth.
Yeah.
And are you actually carrying on with the Southwest Walk all the way up then? Is that...
Well, I've been doing it in little bits over many years, so I've done everything from Poole down to here, and then when I get to Porth, well, I've done previous things up to Newquay, so
yes.
yeah.
And of course you'll be going to Padstow, which is a place I can highly recommend.
Yes, yeah, well I've certainly been there before and eaten at Rickstein, yep, so but I won't be going there this time.
If you like eating and drinking, it's just the place.
Indeed,
I've never seen so many pubs and restaurants.
Yeah, no, really.
And of course Newquay, that's a lively spot as well, I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But is this like a bit of a walking holiday? It's an unusual.
Yep. Well, I'm using up some holiday from this year, and so I've come down for 4 days walking, and I've got various relatives and friends here that I'm seeing each night and staying with. So yeah.
Have you come far to here? I mean,
got the night train down from London.
Oh right, so you're from London.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, it's been wonderful meeting you, Rory, and as I say, it's very nice to actually be able to talk to someone. There's very few people around, and but the best of luck. And
thank you. Well, same to you.
Lovely to see you on this track.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all the best.
Bye bye now.
Right.
Well, this is the third person I've talked to in less than 2 hours, which is rather a surprise, really, because I didn't expect to see anybody out here today. But it's a beautiful morning. And this is Lauren, who's going in the opposite direction. So where are you going then, Lauren? What's your plan?
I'm going to go to Lamorna Cove, I think.
Yes.
And then turn around and do a loop back to Mousehole.
Yes. Well, that seems a good idea. I mean, I've just told you about Lamorna Cove. It's idyllic. It's a brilliant hideaway, if you know what I mean. And I was talking to a lady who's renting an apartment there, and she was telling me that it's like terrific. It really is the end of. Nobody will find you there.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
Do you think I should have brought my swimming costume?
I wouldn't recommend it, but no. I mean, I came here yesterday as well. Actually, I was going to walk yesterday, but the weather wasn't so good, and I didn't really feel like it, and so I put that off until today. It's a much nicer day, but apparently we've got forecast rain tomorrow again, so it's a day off. Why, are you fancying a swim?
Yeah, I think it could be nice, refreshing.
Well, I'll say, I mean, there's nobody around, you can just get in there. You wouldn't probably need your cosy, to be honest.
This is true. Don't have a towel to dry off though.
Well, yes, that's right. So where have you come from then?
Well, I was living in Leeds until recently.
Really?
So I was actually just in Manchester before this, staying with my brother.
Right.
I'm about to move to Canada, so
wow.
I'm doing a little farewell tour.
Oh, that's very nice. Oh, good. What made you choose Canada?
Well, quite a good job came up there, so I thought, why not have an adventure?
Well, that sounds really good. That sounds brilliant. It's funny you said from Leeds. I'm from Hull, which is the other end of the M62, and my daughter lives in Manchester, so I spend a lot of time up and down the M62. What did you think of Leeds?
I liked it. Yeah, I wasn't there for so long, but it was very good. I thought.
Yeah.
Nice around Ilkley and whatnot.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful out there. And Otley, and you can get on the moors, and you're not far from Skipton and the Dales. It's a lovely area, Yorkshire.
Really nice.
Anyway, enjoy your visit and the best of luck in Canada.
Good luck on your massive walk.
Thank you, and I gave you a card, didn't I? Well, you can stay in touch now.
I'll
then, Lauren.
Follow how you're getting on.
Be lovely to hear from you.
Yeah.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, here I am in the Rockpool Cafe here in Mousehole. Why is it, Chris, that they call it Mousehole instead of Mousehole as spelt?
I'm not sure why they don't call it Mousehole. It rolls off the tongue probably a little bit better, doesn't it?
Yes.
But it's named Mousehole because of the harbour.
Right.
Because of the tiny harbour that the village has got.
Ah, right.
And it used to be called actually Porthenis. That was the old name.
Really?
Mousehole, which, when translated, means island harbour.
Oh.
And that's because of the island out there just outside of or island port, I think it stands for. So that's what it's for, yeah.
Oh, well, that explains everything to me then, because you know, I was walking with a German guy the other day, and he said he'd been to Mousehole, and I thought, well, I think I know where he means, but
Yeah.
you know, and obviously Germans and these kind of people, they just say it as spelt.
Say it as it's spelt, yeah.
And you know, it's very difficult to explain to them why it's spelt one way and why it's pronounced another.
absolutely, yeah.
I'm quite
Yeah.
sure it's the same with German words as well, but you
Yeah.
know, it's very interesting.
I think there's lots of places around in Cornwall that are spelt and pronounced differently.
Yes, I think I agree. I agree with you. And so this is a wonderful place. I mean,
It's lovely, yeah.
I noticed that you're open when most places are closed.
We are.
Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, there's a lot of local people that are still living around in the village and wanting somewhere to go to and enjoy, you know, coffee or a cake or
Yes.
lunch or whatever.
Yes.
And yeah, we have some really busy times, yeah.
Oh, well, that's excellent. Are you actually from the village itself then? Are you?
No, I'm not. No, I was born in London, and I've been down here about 16 years in Cornwall,
Right.
teaching for a lot of that time.
Really?
And felt that I needed a bit of a change, so decided to have a go at this. Yeah.
Excellent. I mean, it's a very attractive part of the world. This,
Absolutely.
I think I've said that more or less about everywhere as I've come down. I mean, from a walking point of view, it's very tough. You know, having done what I was told was the tough walk, which was the Pembrokeshire Coastal Path.
Yes. Yeah.
Having completed that, this is different in that it's certainly more rugged
Yes,
and
it
it's
is
certainly
rugged,
more
yeah.
challenging. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, the Pembrokeshire Coastal Path was absolutely wonderful, as was all of Wales. You know, Anglesey, North Wales.
Yeah.
You know, everywhere was, and the people were fantastic. But I find it exactly the same down here.
It's very similar coastline here
Yes.
to Pembrokeshire. Yeah, very similar.
Yeah. And so, I mean, obviously, while the locals are coming in now, I mean, it must be heaving during the summer, I guess.
In the summer, well, I only started here at the end of the summer, so I call it the tail end
Right.
of the mad rush.
Yeah.
But yes, it's inundated throughout the summer,
Yes, I could
as it will be coming through the Christmas period as well.
Right.
Very, very busy. Yeah.
Because, you know, your outside area there is very attractive, and I bet the kids love it, don't they?
They do. There's a lovely view out there.
Yes.
And no 2 days are the same. You know, the colours, the sea, the sky, the shades. It's different every day. So yeah, lots to see out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you get many walkers like me dropping in for a coffee then, or is it not noticeable?
We get an awful lot of walkers, that
Yeah.
stop over for a
Yes.
cup of tea or lunch or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, we get a whole array of different people
Yeah.
stopping in. Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic, and I've just had the nicest cup of coffee that I've had for a long time. I mean, without going into the detail, I came in here struggling a bit because I've sprained my groin. I've just had some painkillers, and I needed a strong coffee with a double shot for the so that the caffeine would kick in, and it seems to have kicked in
Good.
already.
Good.
I felt it a bit yesterday, and I should have, you know, thought about it a little bit more today, but I've managed. I've got there, and I'm not far to go now. I should
Yeah.
make it quite easily, and it doesn't matter even if it gets dark because
Yeah. It's not too far to Penzance.
No, exactly.
Nice
exactly.
walk. Yeah.
I got caught out on Monday night and walked too long, and it was dark when I got to Lamorna, and that was dangerous.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's different today, and the street lights and everything. So
yeah. We'll
completely
be fine on this bit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
It's been a
Chris.
pleasure meeting you too, and good luck with the rest of your journey.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye bye now. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. So it's 2:45 now, and here I am at Penzance railway station. I've always really wanted to come to visit probably the most westerly railway station in Britain, and here it is. I've seen many films on YouTube of trains battling the way almost down the beach in bad weather, and many famous steam engines have made their way all the way down here to Penzance as well over recent years, now that there's quite a big revival in steam engines and things. And so I'm just round the corner now from where today's walk ends, and it's been an interesting day apart from my groin strain, so I've taken it easy this afternoon and I've really enjoyed the walk. Met some lovely people today, and now I can I'm only 5-minute walk from the van, get this edited and put it on YouTube. So, thank you. Bye now.